You clicked on this thumbnail, you saw those Lamborghinis, you saw Sam ballin', and you were like,
That's a real image.
that's a real image.
That is not photoshopped. That is a real image of buildings we own.
I photoshopped it. No, I didn't. Which mansion was that? Was that in our...
The Trump Tower.
Oh.
I own the Trump Tower. I bought it.
You clicked on this thumbnail. You want to find out what the future of our business is, but do you even know what our business is? We are filmmakers. We have a commercial film company. Like, if you're a returning viewer, you know, we have our film company. We go out and make videos. Right now, we're doing a lot of sports, going out, filming games, getting photos. We are also doing weddings, photos, photos and video. We're doing a lot of stuff. We actually have something really big for our film company.
Something huge.
Before we talk about the specifics of how we and where we see our company growing, we are going to... Sam, tell them.
We're going all the way over to the pond, or as you might know it, Los Angeles,
Wait,
California. The pond, the ocean.
Oh. I was like, wait, are we not going to California anymore? We are going to the place out west.
Never eat soggy waffles, so west.
No, we're going out west to California, baby, because we're ballers.
We're doing something so cool. You ever hear of Avengers? We're not doing the Avengers, but we're doing something kind of close.
We're not like them. Anyone that will sit and listen to us going about California will... You guys are now being forced, because I actually have a funny experience. I'm in class at college, and I'm in my writing English class, and we had some assignment, like just to get going on a Tuesday, like little icebreaker, and they're like, oh, what's something going on in your life right now? And I'm like, California, baby! And the guy literally looked at me, and he went, oh, okay. And I was like, oh,
maybe you should be a little bit more excited, or I will come beat you up.
Be more excited, okay? The people that have been most excited are honestly the Conways. They literally have been getting so pumped, and I've been loving it. Everyone's been getting pumped for us pretty much. So, yes, it feels good. We're very thankful. We're talking like, we're going to California in your face. That is a joke. We are very happy and proud of ourselves for doing that. But we're not trying to rub it in, guys. If you don't get to go to California, sorry.
Sorry about it.
But you can basically go with us when we film it.
Yeah, you will be able to join us on the plane, on the ground.
We're going to have a
the water, maybe? Maybe join us in the water, in the air?
In the air, in the water, on the land.
Port?
In the space. Oh, you're going to join us in the air and the airport.
Dang.
So that is kind of the current stuff, a little bit with Cinemat. We're going to get to that stuff later. We're going to be talking about our man crush, Trevor Olson.
Man crush.
We just filmed a sports soccer video, and really, really well with Trevor.
And Trevor just was so, excited about everything.
He's like, this is awesome. You guys did.
Then he was just super supportive of everything.
Then he's
else,
like, I really believe in you guys. We're like, all right.
Trevor, you're making us cry.
So for that, we made a magazine-style digital magazine and made him the cover athlete. So if you want to be the cover athlete, all you have to do is just be super cool and nice.
You literally just have to say, wow, I can't wait to see you guys in 5 years when you're billionaires. And we'll go, well, cover athlete, literally cover athlete.
Okay, we'll do whatever you want now. So that's kind of the current stuff, the future of our film company. Sam and I have this big vision. Our visions are not small.
No, not even a little.
Sam and
not even a little
no,
small.
They're not even a little small. They're a big small.
They're a big
small.
Little big small.
Big little big small. Don't know if you followed that, but we hope you did at home. We hope you followed that.
At home, I hope you're following along.
So Sam and I have this huge vision of being like Walt Disney. Literally the other day I was like, Sam, what did you want to have in our theme park? We literally just have conversations about what we'd put in our theme park. So if that tells you where our vision is, and we fully believe it. Is it insane? Maybe.
There's no thought in my mind where I'm like, oh, when I'm 80, I'm not going to have a film theme park.
No, I
can't wait to see what it's like.
Probably by 50. So Sam and I just have this we grew up together. We got this raw energy of just, let's go.
It's just always been like,
let's go. Yeah.
That's it. If it was a sound effect, it'd be,
and kind of actually a funny story before we get into talking about specifics like that. Sam and I, the other day got mad at something. Like we got someone was kind of like talking down to us about film stuff.
We were getting very frustrated, and we were like, all right, I'm mad. Let's go outside and play football.
And then we're like, we have this parking lot by my house where it's like, feels kind of like a skate park. Like there's hills and stuff. We're like, let's go to the skate park or the parking lot. So we just rode around. Sam had my sister's pink scooter.
It's an
and I had
epic
my
scooter.
penny nickel board, and we just rode around. We're like, I'm mad. And then after, like, all right, bye.
Yep, that's pretty much exactly what happened.
Which kind of, Sam made a comment. He's like, this is kind of where we're differ from people is instead of like whatever, like doing drug stuff or drinking or where normal people our age go to when they're upset, we go towards the side of let's ride scooters and bikes and throw the football.
Let's play Legos.
And then Sam went to the gas station and grabbed Gatorades because it's right there. And he's like, here, dude, you want to ride Gatorade? And I was like, sure, I guess. We literally are just...
Well, Luke went one way, and I went the other.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we'll just split up, and then we won't say anything and we'll see each other, and we're like, oh, hey. Like, we got Jimmy John's after school yesterday. We just went to... I have 2 desks in my room. Sam went to one. I went to the other. And we just
both
ate our
just started
sandwich
watching YouTube
and
videos.
watching the videos we wanted to watch while we eat. So we're pretty good friends.
We're pretty epic. That's all.
Okay, so this vision of our film company. Sam, I hand you a certificate where you can write. I kind of asked you this idea earlier, but you get to write one thing down. In one, actually, let's go 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years.
1 year.
1 year, what's one thing, actually not one thing you wish would happen, one thing you're like, this is going to happen in a year.
In a year? I believe in 1 year.
Wait, for Cinema or Suka? You want to do both? So we have 2 companies. Suka, what you're watching this podcast on.
Let's do both.
And that's kind of like personal, movies, videos, kind of more of you get to hang with us. The other side is Cinemet, which is the commercial side, weddings, photos, sports, video, anything you need, music video, really
Any
whatever.
Professional video you need. Cinemet is your place.
I have this commercial idea. Call me.
My numbers are there somewhere.
I don't think technically have our numbers anyway.
I think my number is on the website somewhere.
You guys want to call
might be
Sam?
able to call me.
But you go through our email, okay? Come on,
please.
It's professional.
I don't want it.
I'll ask you the first. What's a year ahead? What's one thing you see Suka getting done? It could be as small as we made the Christmas special.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say 1 year will be the remainder of this year. So the remainder of 2022.
Okay, so in 2 months.
So yeah.
Okay. So
I guess
in my mind, I was like,
maybe
year.
Should we do year?
I think so, because 2 months is a lot
we'll
less
do,
exciting.
Yeah, we'll do October 2023. What do you see happening before October 2023 for cinema, so commercial stuff?
Okay, for commercial stuff, in the next year, I think I would hope to have 5 to 10 people not working for us, but working like under us.
In
and
a
having,
year?
I think that we could do that. Like have people
But do you
that
want,
take...
like, is that something you want to do in a year? Like, I don't want to have people working for us for a long time, probably, for Cinemat.
Depending on what, like, I'm not saying, like, around here, but, like, if we could branch out to other places.
Well, I see us going, because we're going to California, and we're going to have the opportunity to meet with a really cool guy. I see us either being and working for an agency and making movies and doing our own stuff, but I don't see us growing Cinemat to being... I don't feel like I would trust many people, especially around here or somewhere else. Having 10 people in year one has not, I think, never been done, number one, because I don't think we're even to the level of... Right now, we can barely manage our own schedule.
Yeah.
So I think more of what and I think that we could do that, but I don't think... I'm asking more of what's one thing you think... So that, because having that one thing being done means we also have to grow our company to a certain point. That we have to get so many steps before that of making an official company... Because we still have to make it, I think we're going to make it an LLC. We still have to do that.
Yeah.
Doing that level, making enough money to give 10 other people good salaries.
Yeah.
Because right now, we're not even making a good salary.
Well, I wouldn't say like full-time employees. I'm not saying like we employ 10 people.
I think you could bring that down to something, because we still have to be reasonable.
Yeah.
I think you could say we will have one person working for us.
Yeah.
I think that will happen. I do not think we'll have over 3 people,
Yeah.
because more than 3, that's a lot of people to, number one, schedule and have. Because this summer we had Cameron come with us to a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
And even that was like, why are we even, like, we love Cameron, but, like, right now we can do, between the two of us, we can do most of the jobs right now.
Yeah.
So I think that's like 10 years having
Yeah.
like a big, because I feel like once we get one person, I'll start to grow. Like even like Mr. Beast, a YouTuber, hires one person a month.
Yeah.
And after 5 years, he hired his first person.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we still have levels. So I'll ask again, what's 1 year for Cinemet of something more like, I see us doing one commercial. Or
Yeah.
something that like you can say, then we're like, all right, we definitely are gonna hit that. Like
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know, it's like lowballing it more.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, there's the highballing, but for this year we always highball the year, and I feel like we need to get small steps too.
Yeah.
And those things are more of like, I could care less if we have 5 or 10 people working for us, but I care more about if we do a commercial.
Yeah.
So what's like one thing that would motivate you, or one thing, not motivate, but for Cinemet, what's one thing you want to get done that we can do right now that doesn't involve other people? Like something we can start working on today. Right now we can't work on hiring another person. It's just something that happens as we get bigger. So it's one thing we can work on in a year or get done in a year.
Let's see. In 1 year, in 365 days, in 1,000 hours, since 1,000 hours are in a year,
That is so stupid. Yeah, for a second I was like, yep. Oh.
let's see. In a year,
And I think
I
you
think
can
that doing a commercial for a brand.
I think I think we take up that thing with Mr. Conway.
Yeah, that's where my mind is
So,
going with that.
My girlfriend's dad, Mr. Conway, he gave us this idea. He has a friend that owns this delivery service for drones. Like they drop off your packages. And he was like, what if you made the commercial for that? And that would be my thing in a year.
Yeah.
I want to do that commercial in a year.
Because he said that
Yeah,
he
said,
like, you guys could land that and
I was
be
like-
like their official
I was
video person.
we were like, okay,
Like,
if you
all
want
right,
to say that.
all right, if that happens, I guess that would be epic.
Sam, watch your toes under there. They're pulling on my cord a little bit.
Oh gosh, gotta be careful.
Yeah, right now we're running a new setup. If you guys couldn't tell, the background has the Luke Skywalker poster. Right there.
Rub on me.
Okay, so we have 1 year for Cinemet. Would you want to go 1 year, 5 years, 10 years for Cinemet, then Suka?
Yeah.
So
Or
5
actually,
years.
you know what? Let's go 1
1
year,
year.
1 year.
Okay.
I think easy goal for Suka in 1 year, make a movie.
One movie?
10 to 20 minute movie.
Yeah, like a short film.
Yeah.
So we can make, our goal for Suga will be make one short film, but also, I will say that is yours. We won't say the same goal for,
Yeah.
So we'll say yours is short film. For me, it's for us to slowly also start creating more content with like going places. Like we're going to California, we're going to vlog it. And also, I still want to have things where we're still having, I'm kind of, in my mind, Sukas are internet brand, basically.
Yeah.
So, making a movie, I don't know how. I think it would be posted on Suka, and I think
Yeah,
we would
that's where we are confused is what is our movie thing? Like, do we want to tie that into Suka or not?
because I would still love posting, like going out and doing a fun video every once in
Yeah.
a while. And I don't know if we should have our movie on that or if our movie should just be like a Vimeo, and because right now we're growing our Suka following.
Yeah.
If we get to the point where we have like thousands of people on Suka and we say, hey, we just posted a movie, if you're interested, go to the Vimeo. That's what Suka is, and that's how our mind doesn't get confused of, well, let's make Suka. Because right now, would it make sense for like a big, or like a company starting, like if Walt Disney was in our shoes and he had access to the internet, would he be, I feel like he would be making his own stuff and getting it out there. Because it's
Yeah.
just like, you used to have to beg people to distribute your stuff.
Yeah, but now it's such a open market to distribute
Now
your
you-
stuff. You can do it anywhere.
You literally can be as creative as you can. So I think we have to play into that a little bit. For my 1 year, I really want to make I want to try to get out a cool, fun video a month, whether it's a movie, a scene recreation, short film. I want to try to get out one thing a month for Suka, along with the podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's getting harder for Sam and I to think about doing school stuff because it's like, well, we're already growing everything else. Well, I texted Sam the other day and I said, what would happen if we read 4 hours a day?
This was such a...
About, could be any subject like psychology, sociology, film.
I did not mean to do that.
I know, it's so...
We're tight in
we
there.
are,
Right
because we're tall. We're 6'2", so it's hard to sit on this table.
I accidentally tickled Lucas' feet with mine. Sorry.
I love how this happens every episode. One of us always bumps the other one's toes.
And then we look at each other and we go...
And we try not to laugh because it's so funny. Where was I
with books?
Oh, yeah.
Reading.
So, like, okay, I'm going to read a filmmaking book today. You're going to read a business book.
And we could still do that to some level, but we have to balance so much more stuff.
Well, the point was, at the end of the day, we just say, hey, Sam, for 20 minutes, you tell me what you learned. For 20 minutes, I tell you what I learned. It's like, well, wait a minute. Isn't that... It's literally doubling your knowledge. That's something I heard in a Mr. Beast again. Really most massive scale YouTuber, biggest YouTuber, going to billions of dollars. He said, well, I have a group of people that are learning about YouTube, and then we all talk at the end of the night. So it's like, well, what if for some reason we have you learning that, me learning that, and then maybe what you're talking about, like we hire someone to also be like, hey, will you just read and teach us some stuff about film as you learn it?
That would be...
It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And it's like
we can do that for maybe 30 minutes, an hour.
But just having school is such a commitment to go to and have. It's like, well, we're not really learning what we want or stuff that's going to be benefiting us. And if we pay $50,000, we're going to be learning that. But it's like, well, we could just learn it.
Yeah.
While also growing our business, so we could be making money and learning instead of learning
and $50,000
and losing
on the low
money.
end.
Yeah. Because that's literally a year.
Some people at 50 is a year, which is insane.
Yeah. And for us, all film schools are, besides FSU, NYU and USC are easily 60.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I don't know. Is that even worth it at that point? We're still getting into that. And while we're in California.
That will be a huge thing where we can learn. Because we're going to be able to meet with Sam Davis. We have talked about him. Right?
We'll just give a brief. He graduated. He's from this area in Michigan. And then
he graduated from USC after that.
Well, he went to Grand Valley.
Oh, yeah.
Then he went to USC. Then made a short film, and it won an Oscar, and now he's working for an agency. He just made a video with Lil Yachty, really high-up rapper, Oliver Tree, famous artist. So he's doing very well, and that's not even the biggest things he's done. Those are just current things he's doing. Yeah. He's very smart, and we're going to grab lunch with him. I want to film a little bit in the vlog showing him. I don't know if he'll let us. I might sneak my camera. I'm sneaky with my phone, dude. I'm a sneaky boy. Okay. So we have 1 year. Now, 5 years for Cinemet. What do you see 5 years from now in Cinemet?
In 5 years, I would think that we are out of Michigan and have started a market somewhere else.
What, have our office?
Not necessarily have a spot, but move. Let's just California. We moved to California, and we have built up a market of people that know who we are there, and we are more prominent there, and we've left this area, not abandon it, but we've moved on to a new area and have a stable Cinemet base in that area.
Do you see us going to California?
I have no idea. Well,
we have to go. I don't think I want to make our film. I feel like it's number one, feels like a cliche. Yes, everything's there.
Yeah, everything's there, but it's so competitive, and
we have the internet side going. We're not just having a film company. We have this. We're getting to know people. You can hear about us talk about our company. We're doing
Look this time.
You are stretched out.
Well, I've got to watch out for the cord.
Yeah. So I don't know if that'll be in California, and you'll see. We're going to be talking about it in our vlog, this could be a place we are.
Yeah.
And this is really going to be...
Because we've heard different things from different people. Sam Davis was what did he say? Oregon, maybe? I think he said during...
it was Atlanta. Definitely not Oregon.
But then I thought he said in the future, Oregon's going to have a tax break, and he thinks
But tax break isn't where Tax break is just where you go to make big budget movies.
Yeah.
That's all that's
Yeah.
there. Atlanta's the new hot spot, according to an actor, about where the new film area would be, which maybe we take a plane trip to Atlanta.
All right.
Because plane trips are so cheap, we found out.
No. I have to say it. Want to get away tickets. Southwest Airlines. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Well, my uncle's like, oh, you can just do like
Uncle
the
Dean.
deals.
Dean knew.
My Uncle Dean is a hero. Hopefully we can put him on the podcast. Hopefully we can have him on. We'll have him on the vlog, 100%.
We call up Luke's uncle.
Well, let's set the story up for him. Give him the nice story.
Okay. So we're looking at tickets for to LAX from O'Hare. And we're like, holy cow. These are like $700, $800 tickets. And we're like, all right, we'll talk to him tonight because we have a call scheduled with him. And he'll be able to like maybe help us look, maybe get like $100 off. And we call him. He's like talking us through it, and he's like, "Yeah, you guys can buy the tickets."
Well,
We're
no,
like,
you got to set him up. It's 2:30 in the morning.
oh yeah, it's so.
Yeah, give him the little juice in the
So
story.
okay, yeah. So
we're talking on the phone. Give him all of it.
Yeah. So we got. He said that we would call it midnight, and then he was like, "All right, maybe a little later."
Do you think he said midnight our time? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, wait a minute.
Yeah. No. But so then. The call ended up starting at like 1:30 a.m. And we were starting to lose hope. We were starting to be like, is he going to call? And then
this is when we didn't know if we were going.
Yeah. We didn't know if we were going. We didn't know if we were going to have to buy tickets. We didn't know anything.
That night, legendary.
And then we're just sitting there. We're both doing our homework. And then Luke goes, he's calling. And I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
He answers. Hung up the phone with me because it like doesn't work like that. So he hung up with me, answered him, added me to the call, and then we just start talking. And he's like, "Hey guys, yeah, so there's like games these dates, so you guys could come out then." And we're like,
yeah. So what we're doing, Callie, and we'll be specific because I guess we're telling everything. We are going to film softball training videos for the players to get recruited. My cousin's on a softball team. I think it's 16U, I want to say. So right in the prime time, 15 or 16, right in the prime time when, I guess it is 15U. So they're trying to get, this is like prime time to get recruited by coaches. Sam and I have been doing really well and have this new market of sports videos too, of doing cool, my uncle calls them sizzle mix, which I love.
that's such an awesome thing to
But
call them.
we just like highlight mix or like mixtape. It's just like cool, use a song, use sound effects, use cool clips, cool edits, transitions. So we're going to go to the game, film the players, which speaking of, Sam, we need to make our contracts.
Yes.
We do need to do that at some point.
That won't be too hard.
No, basically the contract is going to be which player wants a highlight, which player wants a training video. Most people are doing the training video. My cousin's going to play 3 days of games when we get there. So we're going to be filming the games, making cool highlights, getting cool photos, getting that to the parents.
Then we'll film. Did you say training videos?
Yeah, then we're going to do the training videos. Don't know what day we're going to do those.
But
I'm always yawning on these.
We've looked at training videos.
They're so bad.
They're rough.
So we're going to be
found
able
like
to
one guy that does cool ones, so we're going to take a lot of like
inspiration.
Yeah.
Basically just Command Z, Command V, add our own touch. That's how everything works. That's how art. All art is stolen. So we're going to be doing that in California. So yeah, my uncle is calling us and talking us through. The tickets are like $800 right now because my grandma's going out there too. We're trying to go out the same.
Yeah, we're trying to
same
plan
plane
it at the same time.
Same. I think she's going out United.
Yeah, she's going United. No. She
Yeah.
is going Southwest.
No, we're Southwest.
Yeah, we both are. Or no. Yeah, you're right. She is United.
She's United
because
we're not because we have to get off different terminals in LAX.
We're gonna get there a little early.
We're gonna be in LAX a little early.
Ugh.
We're literally gonna be like, oh, Sam, look at this.
Look, it's California dirt. Just looking at it for like 30 minutes.
Oh,
It falls differently, I promise.
I promise. The gravity's different here, dude. So, we were trying to find the same plane as my grandma.
And we managed to, but it was like $800, $900.
And Sam and I are like, all right, looks like we're forking up
We're
this.
like, oh well.
I was like, no, you're not doing that.
And then he goes, all right, let me look for a second.
Southwest,
Looks for like 5 minutes.
He's
and
like,
he
I found
goes,
a $300 deal getaway ticket Full round trip, $300.
So what a wanna get away ticket is like a thing on the far right of the screen. There's like a ton of options. There's like business plus, first class, and then there's wanna get away. And that is like the last tickets, or like tickets that look like they're not gonna sell well, or just like, and they're really cheap.
It's like early morning tickets.
It's horrible tickets, but they're amazing.
Well, the only reason they're horrible is because it's early morning.
Yeah.
Because we get to pick our seats when we get in there. First come, first served. We got to reserve online.
Yeah, we got to reserve the night before.
Shout out, Linda Fights. I almost said Linda Braithwaite, your mom. I was like, wait, that's not right. That's not my grandma. So she told us to do that. So we're super pumped about scheduling these. So yeah, that night that morning, we were just freaking out.
It was so hard to sleep.
How did we even get to? Oh, California.
Yeah.
5-year.
Yeah.
We got a little off track there, but you come for the stories.
You come for the stories. The stories what's enthralling about us.
So that morning we were like, I can't go to sleep. Let's go.
Yeah, I was like, why do you keep saying that morning? It was.
Yeah, and we were literally like, it was like 3:30, and my eyes were so wide. I was like, let's go.
I know. I was like,
because
I had class in the morning.
Excited to do this.
I had class in the morning. I was like, gotta sleep. California.
Oh yeah, it was.
And that we were like, I've got class in the morning. We're just so sad about it.
That was an absolute epic night.
That was so legendary because he got it down to $333 when we were ready to pay like $800.
And that was like, okay, wait, we're actually gonna make money off of this thing too. Okay, so back on track. My 5 years in the future of cinema would be. This is a tricky question. I know. I want to have a team of I want to have at least one writer
for cinema.
Oh wait, I guess that'd be Suka's like movie stuff more. So cinema would be. I want to be working. I want to at least have done a couple jobs for a pro team.
I was going to say something along that line.
I think Cinemat's growing into sports.
Yeah.
I think we could turn into a sports video and photo, which I would be fine with because Cinemat's not the main it's a passion, but it's not the only thing that matters for us.
Honestly, it's more fun than doing like wedding. Going to a sports game and working with athletes and that stuff is so much more fun than doing a wedding. Yeah, because you're there for like 2 hours.
And the players interact way better.
Yeah.
It's more exciting. You're basically going to a game and getting paid to film it.
Yeah.
Versus the wedding's just so stressful.
The wedding's long.
And we don't have to be talking we'll see the athlete like, hey, what's up? They know we're filming that. It's not like hey, we're your filmers today.
Yeah,
hey, how's your guys' day going?
10 hours.
Yeah, it's much littler time. It's not as much pay, but as we go up, we can start charging more. I think we'll get to the point where we can charge half what we charge for a wedding for one video, which is okay.
Yeah,
deal.
that would be awesome.
Now for Suka, my 5 years would be have a team of writers, or not a team, have at least one writer, a group of I would say 5 actors we could have worked with.
Mm-hmm.
Because the end goal is to be producing and working on movies. And Sam and I know we're not going to be the best directors. We're not going to be the best writers, but we're going to be the best at putting the best writers and putting the best directors together. Yes, we're still going to have input and creative vision.
Like, we still want to be on set
and,
like, watch what's happening.
But still, like, direct. Obviously, we can still direct stuff, but I could care less. And that's what people make the mistake in film is everyone's going to be a director.
A lot of people are just so laser focused on, like, having that one directing position.
And it's like you can't be a good it's so difficult to start, especially now as a director.
You have to be willing to learn and take from other people, and a lot of those people
feel
like
I need no one.
I am the director already.
You literally you don't understand art. Like we were saying, it's like you're stealing it.
Art is subjective.
Every idea comes off a different idea. Like space stuff came off of. Or first space movies came off of just literally you have the base idea of space, so you film about space. That idea is we're just capturing space. First movie let's do a kind of a fun movie in space. We're going to take from this. We're going to take from an action fantasy movie and put it in space. Star Wars sees that, and they are like, I could do that better with cooler characters. I'm going to take the character development from this.
And then
it's just
people look
pulling
at
from
books.
stuff.
Books take from books.
Everything comes from
yeah.
so everything comes from something.
It has to come from some form of inspiration.
Now. Maybe 100 years ago, people are like, this is a new idea. It's like, okay. But everything's inspired by something. And if you don't think that's true, that's
your problem.
Yeah, you're not going to go that far.
And you have to realize you can't completely be 1,000% creatively original.
And you are being creative, saying, I'm going to take this and use its inspiration. It's like you just have to. It's that mindset of, okay, I'm going to look at this, and I think Sam and I often forget this. When we're making a movie, I feel like we start from zero. We don't look at what we want it to feel and look like, and because if I were to say I'm going to make a Lord of the Rings movie, and I took from Lord of the Rings, it's still going to be my original vision. It's just like you're taking from, no matter what, your input's going to have an effect on it.
You're taking from something that's done well, and okay, this is what it has done well. This is what I think could be better. This is what I'm going to change.
Oh, I want to throw this in there and throw that in there. And before you know, it's not even close to the same idea. And it becomes completely original because if from the ground up, if you never would have found that idea if you wouldn't have looked out.
Now, it's different if you go the main character is Aragorn. And you change
Aragorn?
minuscule things. Yeah, one letter off, Aragorn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was like, what? Luke Skywalker in the Return of the Jedi.
In the Jebis.
So yeah, in 5 years I want to have that team, and there's just a lot of things Sam and I definitely we will go so much further saying, and that's just a normal thing. The biggest people in the world of they get to this high positions of Walt Disney was Walt Disney, and Disney is what it is because he wasn't, I'm going to direct everything and do it on my own. Yeah,
he knew that he couldn't get all of the jobs done, and he knew there were people that could do them better. Yeah. Then he would be able to.
And he said, Sam and I know how to be positive and creative and push people in positive ways and have a good, how to make people inspired and how to not only be you can do this. When people tell us stuff, we are pushing them to do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound very humble of us to say it, but we are good at making people the best. I feel the best versions of themselves.
And making them confident in their ability.
Yeah. And I feel people like Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan, yes, they are good at directing films, but they lack that side of
approachability almost.
Well, not that, because if we're not approachable, we're not looking for that.
Yeah.
They could never, and maybe they just wanted, I think and we know them, they just want to be directors.
We know them.
We know them.
I've met him a couple times.
Quentin and I, we go back.
Yeah, we call him Quint.
Quint. We just call him Q. But
Big Q.
They just want to be direct. I would love being Christopher Nolan, I want you to make Tron.
Oh
that
my
would be
gosh,
nuts.
you just made me.
Speaking
oh
of
my
that.
gosh.
So speaking of that, I don't know why I just said speaking of that. But
speaking of Tron, different subject now.
Tron's awesome. Well, they just couldn't. Those guys want to be directors, and that's cool. But we don't want to be. I could care less if I would rather own a huge production company where awesome ideas like a Disney, like a new age Disney, versus having 10 really good directed movies.
It would be so much cooler to be able to have 5 movies going on from our studio than to be constantly working on
just
one thing and being able to go around and help on the different things and getting different creative outlooks on each one.
And that's definitely
that would be so cool, because you could go from space movie to western to comedy, drama, and just, oh my gosh, that would be so. And that's so fun.
That all stems from our absolute love of Walt Disney. That's literally what he did.
Walt Disney's so cool.
I feel people forget that you need people to make you successful.
Yeah. You can't do everything on your own. And
you
if you
can't
try to, it won't
If
work.
Sam and I push to make a really good movie once a year, it would take us 10 years to get to the. That's what all these directors are older and push themselves to make good movies. What if we find that, or maybe it's not finding the young director, but we're taking this time to maybe we reach out to people that have been working for 10 years and, hey, we have all this money from our podcast and stuff and from this. use that money to make us a movie for our first
we
studio.
will fund you $100 million from the podcast.
Okay, Kyle, I'm gonna fund you about $10 billion.
All right, here's one paycheck from the podcast. I know it's only $10 million, but you should be able to work with that.
So that's 5 years. What's your 5-year Suka plan?
5-year Suka plan.
I mean, we kind of basically just talked about it.
I feel like mine would be the same as yours. I just having that
building that team.
Yeah, building
and
that
same
team.
for 10. Just keep building it up, right?
It's for Suka. It's more about like building from the basic blocks and just going bigger, like as opposed to like Cinemat where it's like kind of changing stuff.
We don't know what'll happen in Cali. Our Cinemat basically stands for Sam and I doing film freelance work, technically. Like at any moment we could be, if someone's like, drop Cinemat, come work for me for $80,000 a year. Okay.
I didn't even hear your money.
Like, well, or hey, then we'll say like, hey, can we still have Cinemat just because we like posting family and friends on there or whatever? Okay.
I feel like what would happen if someone were to say that, they would say, we will let you keep your company, but your company is owned by us. You work under us. And I feel like that's where people get tricked. Like when they're like super new to the scene, like Channel 5, what's his name?
Andrew Callahan.
Yeah, Andrew. He signed on with those people and they like absolutely scammed him.
But that's also, we're signing on commercial stuff. We're being creative. And who knows, maybe our freelance just keeps growing and growing, and I think that's probably what'll happen. But we might need to eventually branch out to Sam the filmmaker and Luke the filmmaker.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, we're gonna hire you here. Luke, we're gonna hire you here. Something like that.
Yeah.
But still staying together with Suka.
Because there will be a point where we won't like be producers. We need to like start somewhere in the film industry.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
For that.
But still, while working on it.
Yeah.
That's why we kind of have like this trump card of we're on YouTube right now building that. So it's like if we get to the certain level, we're getting so many eyes on us from not so many from this, but you look a couple months in the future, we're going to have quite amount of people we believe watching this because we're producing it a high quality like audio and visuals. So we believe that this will grow. And I feel like that people will stumble and see, okay, they're talking like you can really, I feel like you can grow to like and watch us while you're doing this.
Also, something that's cool about this to me is you don't like really know most directors.
Yeah, or not just in the general. You don't know most successful people.
Yeah.
And that's not saying we're successful.
Yeah, but like our goal is to get there.
Yeah, we
want to be like, we don't want to be like hidden away in our giant caves.
Yeah, it's our way to like kind of express what we're doing. And a lot of people will be like, what are you doing? And it's like, okay, wait, just watch the podcast.
Yeah.
It feels like for me, I don't really like telling a bunch, like when people are like, what are you doing right now? I don't, like, yes, I can talk about it, but sometimes like getting home from a film job, my mom will be like, hey, what are you doing? Or how's that going? It's like, I'm just so drained. So having a way to like, it's just kind of like release the information to people. And it just like, it's fun to talk. I like talking. Is. Okay. So, I mean, that kind of sums up 10 years as well.
Wait, no, it's 5.
I know, but it sums up 10 too. It's pretty much, we kind of went all over the place. Now it's time for the double name drop. He's been name drop before. T-O. Trevor Olsen. Trevor
Initials.
Olsen. What up, Trevor? Trevor's going to come on the podcast and talk about
Trevor, you promised.
You did promise. You're stuck now, Trevor. We just filmed his soccer video. He is going to play soccer in college, most likely. Unless he doesn't, we're going to ask him on the podcast. We'll see what his decision is.
Where's mine's at?
Where is your mind at, Trevor?
Real eyes.
Real eyes?
Realize.
Real lies. No, wait. Does it go?
Realize.
Realize. Realize.
Real eyes.
And then realize. Because you realize the realize and the realize. We just are like poets on here.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm going to say it again. Socrates.
So Trevor was awesome during this soccer video we filmed. He was really, really just like supportive of us after.
I mean, but also he is just fun to watch. He's
yeah.
very talented. He's very good.
Definitely jealous of.
He makes it look easy.
No, not. I mean, obviously, a little bit jealous of the soccer skill, but saying jealous of days like that where we're filming high-level athletes versus other days,
it makes
which
it
we'll
a
rename
lot less.
nameless.
Nameless.
But but those other days are like if you're filming someone, like you could say, okay, let's say soccer, they're not gonna score, they're barely in.
Yeah.
Football, you're not tackling someone, you're not catching it, you're not scoring. It's like for the mix to be cool. Yes, you can put cool edits in song. You also have to be a good athlete, I would say. And that's not saying to discourage any of you out there. If you want to go with us,
we will still make you look epic.
Epic.
But it is a lot easier to
If
make
you're
you
better.
look epic if you are better.
That's where team mixes come in.
Yeah.
No matter what, there's always one person that's good.
Because if you're doing a team, you can still make it look like they're doing insane because you can get
at least
one person,
someone doing something.
Because someone has to tackle at the end of the play. Unless they run to the touchdown zone every time.
So that's what's going on in Cinemet. We're filming a football JV player tomorrow, and then we're filming a huge rivalry game Friday. We're bringing out the drone. And then next week, Thursday, we are going to be in California.
That is, wow. That's 8 days.
So the next time you hear from us, we will be talking about.
The next time you hear from us, we will be in California, but we won't be in California in the podcast.
Oh, are we going to film, you think, Wednesday for it?
Or do we film? I think Wednesday would be very hard.
Tuesday?
Or maybe even Sunday night.
No, we have to do Tuesday. Sunday night, that's literally in we have to give them time. Yeah, this has kind of been, and we're going to try to make it more about just us telling stories. But we hope you liked hearing about the structure of our pod today.
What?
The structure of our future.
We hope that you liked hearing what we think, or what we know will happen. Not know.
I like you guys to hear about what we know will happen.
What we think will happen.
What
in the
we
future.
think, yeah.
Yeah. Because there's no telling if it's like undershooting or overshooting.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen.
But those are our dreams.
All right. If you want to make your dreams come true, reach out to us. We'll make it happen.
Reach out to us. We will
make your dream happen.
We'll make you a dream.
For $10,000, we'll give you your dream.
$10,000. Wow.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week, Saturday morning at 7 a.m.